Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the return of the Chinese tourists to Thailand. For those who are unaware, China, prior to COVID, was a major population center from whence tourists would arise and come to Thailand. A lot of folks from China would come down here. Thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, PattayaMail.com. Article is titled, Pattaya Grapevine, the Chinese are back, and under the subheading, the Chinese are back. Quoting directly, Pattaya insiders say they are increasingly hearing Chinese voices on the beach and in the restaurants. Some say, quote, they're Taiwanese, unquote, but language apart, there's growing evidence the Beijing government is loosening controls. Just kind of a side note on that, Taiwanese or not, I thought it was a one China policy. So they're all Chinese. I mean, that's how I understood it. Quoting further, although zero-sum group tours are still a no-no, individual Chinese and their families can travel abroad with quarantine periods on their return, now being just 7 days. Well, we've discussed this before in other videos, just again, another side note. Yeah, what was called the $0 tour, that kind of fell by the wayside years ago when Thailand clamped down as a tax matter on tax protocols associated with so-called $0 tours. So that really hasn't been an issue in a major sense for quite some time. Quoting further, some say even that restriction is loosely enforced, that restriction being the 7 days quarantine. Quoting further, beach vendors say that around 3 million Chinese visited Pattaya in 2019, with predictions for 2022 being about 10% of that total. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I definitely think beach vendors and anybody else who's in the tourism sector probably are happy to have really any tourists. I think if you had Martian tourists, people in Pattaya and throughout Thailand, I feel the same way, would be very happy to see just tourism in Thailand and tourism money, tourism dollars, yuan, baht, renminbi, the yen, the won, the kroner, the euro, whatever, just tourism money. Let's get some tourists back. I don't think anybody's awfully picky right now about nationality or where they're coming from or whatever. I mean, within reason. I mean, as long as they're nice folks and looking to come here and have a good time, I think Thailand's ready to welcome tourists from about anywhere.